from Los Angeles, California. We're the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Hello there, friends! And welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man whose pants and underwear dropped out of the race, and now he's jacking his flagpole-like boner off in all of our directions. That's Geoff Clark.
What's up?
And beaming to us from the inside of a Chipotle dumpster, the bearded booger-eating burrito bowl known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whew. Man, so I'm still working on downsizing my shit. I somehow managed to, over
Looks
the
like
years...
you have a lot ahead of you still.
I know.
Yeah, what do you mean by still? It's only been a week, right? Like, how quickly did you think this was going to happen?
I kind of got things started a few weeks ago. Like, every day I try to make, like, a little progress. Like, the bathroom is fucking good, man. Bathroom's good. One box and zip, I'm fucking out of there. The other place is not so much. I somehow, over the years, managed to accumulate 3 apartments worth of shit into one bedroom apartment. And I've taken like 6 bags of clothes to donation bins. I think I gave 8 short boxes of comics to Golden Apple.
Just donated?
Yeah. Well, no, they give you store credit for them.
How much store credit did you get?
I got a like a month or 2 worth of free comics coming my way.
Nice.
But like, and you know, I've probably thrown out like 4, 5, 6 garbage bags just full of shit. And like you guys just said, doesn't look like I made a goddamn dent. I mean, obviously, I'm not taking like my couch and the big shit out until my last day here. And once we finally get the keys on the 1st, I can just keep making trips back and forth because I do have a week overlap of the 2 places, so can chip away at it there. But I can't believe how much shit I've gotten rid of, and my apartment doesn't look any fucking different.
Yeah, well, from this vantage point, it looks the exact same. But
yeah, but like my closet,
you're not in a position to move that shit yet.
I have a coat closet right by the front door. I have pretty much like a huge closet in my bedroom that's just like the whole length of the room is just one closet. That completely full. Even the cabinets next to my bathroom where normal human beings would keep their towels, that's full of toys.
I think freshman year of college, my buddy Kwame needed maybe 4 carloads to move just his shoes into the dorms.
Oh.
How many car trips would you need to make to move all of your comic, video game, like just pop culture stuff into your new place? A lot. If you were to move it all.
I mean, just the amount of time of my life that I've been reading comics, you know, I never really... It's kind of a pain in the dick to get rid of this stuff. A lot of comic book shops don't want your old graphic novels, and to sell them all individually, it's a pain in the fucking dick.
Yeah, dude, I have fucking comics that my father used to own in my closet in my bedroom. And when my father and my mother divorced, he just like bounced and like left them there. And like I think in his head, maybe he thought like, well, you know, maybe they're valuable and you could just flip them if you want. But practically speaking, like my mom was never going to look at the comics or give a fuck about them, and ultimately was going to throw them out. So when like she moved out of her place and she was ready to throw them out, Cheech, for whatever reason, paid for them to have to be shipped out here. So now they're like our problem.
I mean, they might
And
not
it's
be a
like,
problem. They might be a benefit, depending on what they are.
sure, yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
how
We
old
got
is your dad?
my father
Yeah.
is 56.
Okay, so my dad would have just turned 62. So my dad had 6 years on your dad. But I mean, so we called my dad Clark Griswold, and one time he was going through his attic and found a box of his old comics and wanted to give them to me. And as he was walking back through the attic, he missed the beams, so his legs fell through the sheetrock, and a beam split the difference. So my dad's legs were just dangling out of the ceiling, and he got racked on his nuts by the beam, just falling through it. And then got the box of comics out, gave them to me, and there were actually like a couple decent ones in there. Like before he died, I actually did sell some of them and got a little bit of loot. Nothing crazy, but there's some old Hulk comics in there, some old Avengers comics, and they were all beat to shit, but I still got like a little bit for them. So you should go through them, Google them, see if there's any good shit in there.
No, let me stop you there. Cheech should go through them. I was willing to leave them on the fucking side of the road, like a little like posted on it, like "take me." And Cheech was like, no, I'll save him. It's like, since they've been in my apartment, he has not looked at a single one of those fucking comics. Not a single one.
Well, he should. You never know. There could be a really fucking solid issue in there that gets you a lot of money.
I know he had like the death of Superman as one of the comics.
That is not going to be worth any money.
Yeah, we've talked about this a lot. Like you've mentioned this to me like 4 or 5 times now. Where that one doesn't even. It sounds like it would be worth something, but it's not at all.
They won't even recycle that. That's how worthless it is.
How many times has Superman died?
I don't know. I mean, that was the first, I believe.
Nothing.
But I feel like nowadays they just kill characters off whenever they need to reset something, and then he's gone for a few months, and then they bring him back, and it's like, all right, knew that was coming.
All right,
man. But I found some weird shit. I kept the most random things.
You're a hoarder.
I am. I'm literally a butt hair away from being a hoarder. I have the closets of a crazy person.
Does Carl hoard as much or
no?
As much as you or no?
I get like weirdly sentimental with things. Like I have shirts that I'm never gonna wear again, but I can't throw them out because they have sentimental value. Like I put too much sentiment into things, and then I just become a fucking Like it literally was just a one-man episode of Hoarders of me finding stuff and like I should throw this out. This is a dumb thing to hold on to, but I can't bring myself to do it. Like to save the date for my sister's wedding. Why do I still have that piece of paper?
That's kind of cool, though. I mean,
it is, but no one saves those.
I got a ticket stub for the second coming of John Cooper, just chilling on my desk.
That's pretty sick. That's gonna be worth money someday.
Yeah.
That's worth holding on to.
Yeah. And the 30th anniversary of The Crow, which I can throw that out. I don't need that one. I don't even know why that's sitting there. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I am not a hoarder, but I do have a couple things of like sentimental value. Like my grandmother, when I was visiting her and on her deathbed, I asked her for a piece of gum and she like gave me a pack. So like I saved the pack. And I have a few things like that. And I mean, I'm going to keep the second coming of John Cooper, but I don't think like it's weird to keep the save a date for your sister's wedding. I have a couple of those lying around as well for the Galoopi weddings.
It's just like, what am I going to do with it? Like I've like, that's just one example, but I have so much stuff that like,
It's the only example that I'm like, well, wait a second, that's kind of cool. The 30 Black Dahlia murder shirts. Maybe you can get rid of one of those.
I did. I got rid of a lot of shirts. I found a fucking receipt from GameStop for like Halo 2. What the fuck am I doing? I threw it out.
You threw that out, right?
I threw it out. I threw it out.
Yeah. Were you ever saving that, or did it just somehow get like stuck in your things?
I forget how that came. I found a fucking clown horn.
You sound like Michael Scott when he walks around with like whoopee cushions or like just like random things to play jokes on people with.
Yeah. It's like, I can't throw out a clown horn. What if one day I need a clown horn and then I'm kicking myself because I threw out the clown horn?
Those things don't just grow on trees.
I actually did find my old Wii U. And I told Carl about it, and she was like, well, bring it over. Let's see if it works. And we fired it up, and lo and behold, it does still function. They shut down all the online components and the digital store. But
how old is Wii U?
I think the Wii U came out in like 2013, maybe?
Okay.
It was the system before the Switch, and the Switch is kind of like long in the tooth now. Came out after the Wii. I almost said it came out after the GameCube, but I was like, no, fucking... That was
but
the
there
Wii
are like
and then
Super
the Wii U.
Nintendos that still work, right?
Oh, I have a Super Nintendo in my closet. I have a Sega CD in my closet.
How come you don't try that thing out?
Because I don't have a tube TV to plug it into.
Right.
But we fired up my Wii U, and there were like digital purchases that I made on there. And I was like, all right, I wonder if any of these still work, being that they deleted the online Wii shop, or the Wii U shop. And there's this game, it was like a deep cut, but it was, you know Ness in Super Smash Brothers? The little kid with the baseball hat?
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
So that kid is from this game Earthbound. It was like a Japanese RPG that got, I guess it got an American release, but it wasn't all that popular, so used copies of it were like worth hundreds of dollars. And I downloaded the digital version of it, and it was in my like library of games, and I was like, all right, let me see if this works. Clicked on it, it opened up, and Carl saw it. She was like, what's this? I'm like, oh, it's like some weird little RPG from the 90s, and it's got aliens and shit. And I said the magic word, aliens. She was like, yeah, fire it up.
Wait, Carl's into aliens too?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
She loves aliens. So as we start playing, she's like, oh, this game is adorable. I'm like, right? Do you want to try? Now, mind you, RPGs, especially RPGs from like the Super Nintendo era when it was all just fucking turn-based combat, that's about as nerdy as it gets. And Carl was fucking hooked. I was taunting her, giving her wedgies and shit. Like, aha, you're playing a fucking RPG from the 90s.
Damn, you just got to roll with that momentum. Don't even bring it up.
As someone who still plays Pokemon Go, you do not have any room to be casting any stones.
It's just like she loves digging at me with all my nerdy stuff, and it's like, you don't even realize how nerdy you are. The transformation is already complete. You are a nerd. You just don't know it yet.
I mean, she's with you. That's nerd by association.
Exactly.
I was wearing our 90s shirt at the gym today, and one of the younger kids, who's a really good fighter, looked at me and called me a nerd, and I was like, okay, and?
I get bitches.
Yeah.
Say that in a shutty voice, Kevin.
I get the bitches. You want proof? Sniff my grundle. Yeah. But, yeah, the move is going. Move is happening. It's
exciting, right? No, I mean, you can still turn back. Are you having cold feet?
No. I am enjoying
Want to talk about it behind the paywall again?
I am enjoying the last days of just being a free man. And she is probably enjoying her last moments of being a free woman. Like, when you live with somebody, it's no longer just your day. You're kind of sharing your time. And you don't always get to do what you want to do with every second of your day.
Yeah, no, we get it.
I'm currently taking advantage of that and doing what I want to do and farting what I want to fart.
Two things. One, who do you think is going to get under whose skin first? And two, Geoff, should we start a calendar pool with the Puminati where they can buy a day on when it's going to happen, and if they pick the correct day, they win the prize money?
As much as I love that idea, I feel like breakup squares is a little dark.
Not breakup. I'm saying till they're first, like, they get annoyed at each other. We're not talking breakup. We're not talking breakup. Just the first, like, oh my God, living with this person is a little more difficult than I thought it would be. Like,
once Kevin starts telling the story, I'll be like, all right, well, hold on. We just got to inform the Puminati that the under on your relationship cashed, as we all knew.
Like, how many days to living together does Kevin jerking off on his knees get under her skin? like that's what I mean. Like how many times before somebody has to change one of their usual habits because it irks the shit out of somebody?
Okay, well, Shuddy, I'm not anticipating the need to jack off much.
I was using that as just an example, Kevin. I know that's going to not be a thing very much anymore. I just
we have sort of discussed getting on each other's nerves, and even though we live together, we're going to need some sort of boundary, some sort of alone time. So the spare room is sort of like almost like a timeout room. Like, if you need just a little time alone to catch your breath, you just pop into the fucking timeout room. There's going to be a TV in there. We both are, like I said, I just established we're both nerds. We both have a Switch. It's like, all right, I need a little alone time. I'm going to go play Switch in there. You play Switch out here.
Yeah, you might have to find some hobbies outside of home, whether it be gym or
Ugh.
I don't know. Something to get away from the war zone.
The war zone.
Fucking the battleground state known as the living room.
Man.
But I'm excited, dude. I can't wait to visit, hang out with you guys in your place.
Yeah, it's dope.
Provided that the parking is chill and
supposedly parking is chill. Supposedly it's chill. Supposedly, like, there's guest parking. The guy was like, just let us know when someone's there, so we know that the car isn't just some random, and we'll leave it alone.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Permission slips.
Yeah, pretty much. Geoff, speaking of farting, did you have a fart adventure today?
Some guy, I don't know if it's an adventure, but some guy at the coffee shop. I've been going to the coffee shop maybe twice a week because since my brother moved out and Cheech works at a restaurant, it's really just me and a little mama for most of the day. She's not very, she just sleeps all the time. She doesn't really talk. So I've been going to the coffee shop just to kind of get out of the house and not be so fucking like bored. Some dude pretty much farted on me at the coffee shop today. I was we were both sitting down on the bench inside, and we just got our own table. And I heard his fart through my noise-canceling AirPods. And I saw his leg lift up a little bit in my direction. I didn't even know what to say or what to do or how to move forward. I giggled a little bit, and he didn't even notice that.
How old was this guy? This sounds like an old man move. Like, I've officially stopped giving a fuck about anything in life.
I think he might have been maybe mid-40s. So I don't know. As someone who, it's happy birthday, by the way. How old did you turn today?
Oh yeah, happy birthday. I
27.
deliberately
Okay.
waited for the episode to say something to him and totally forgot. So thanks for remembering, Geoff.
Yeah. Well, he's probably a few years older than you, I would say.
Kevin is 42, just like me.
No, you're 6 months older than me, Shuddy. 7 months older than me. So not quite the same.
Fair enough.
We still check the same age range box on things these days, Kevin. So
Yeah.
yes, I am 7 months older than you, and will be 43 before we know it. But you're still my age.
How do you feel about that? Do you get as bummed out by your birthdays as I do?
Nah, honestly, I feel better than I ever have, so I'm not really that bummed out about it. But that's an anomaly at the moment because normally, like 42 was rough, 40 was really rough.
Yeah, I don't like
Not looking
this.
forward to. I'm not happy that I looked up what our Brimley line was. So now I have that fucking staring me in the face.
Yep. Yep. The Wilford Brimley line comes for us all. But all right. So I need to know more about this fart. So how close was this guy's asshole to your person's, Geoff?
I'd say inside 4 feet.
All right. And was this personal? Did it feel
It felt
directed at
personal,
you?
yeah. I mean, it was just, it probably wasn't. He was just so reckless, and he did, like, he could have lifted his left cheek. I was on his right hand side. He could have lifted his left cheek and directed it towards the window, but instead he went on his lifted his right cheek and directed it at me. So that felt personal.
I mean, that's like
Uh,
remember that story about me when I was working at McDonald's and I was like on break, eating a fucking double cheeseburger, just really contemplating my life decisions, freshly dropped out of college, working at McDonald's with no real end in sight, no silver lining to anything, just like, man, is this my fucking life? And then some guy that looked like Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor came over and farted on my food. Like, put his ass right up against the table, lifted a leg, farted on the tray, and then sat back down with his family that were all laughing at me. I was like, well, fuck. Could have done without that. I mean, it felt like this was 100% at you, Geoff.
yeah, no, it did felt personal.
Did you have any previous interactions with this guy? Did you cut him off on the way there? Did you steal his parking space? Like,
No, I mean it's around the corner from my apartment. I walk there. I've never seen that guy before in my life. I don't know why his ass is so hostile towards me. Didn't do anything. Just a fucking dick, you know.
did anybody else in the coffee shop react to it? Like, man, this guy just
It
fucking
was just
blew
me
ass.
and him.
Ah,
It was just me and the baristas.
did the baristas react to his fart?
Maybe they didn't hear it over the music, or I don't even know their location. They could have been like in the back, or mopping a bathroom or something like that. I'm not sure. But so I guess that is kind of like, outside of pointing it towards me, would be like the defense of him making that move. And honestly, I wouldn't care unless, like, the only reason I care is because he kind of directed it towards me. Otherwise, I'm a fucking dude. Farts are hilarious. I don't care. If you have the balls to just let one rip in the middle of a coffee shop, which is usually filled with hot chicks, and then hey, all more power to you.
Did you
I wish I was that bold.
Did you retaliate?
I would have farted in his direction, but I just didn't have to.
Could have just pulled your pants down and taken a shit on the floor. That'd be an alpha move.
Alpha, sure, yeah. I mean, I would have gotten arrested, but it would have been kind of alpha-y, I guess. I didn't have to shit either. Usually, farting is a prerequisite for shitting, and neither were coming out of my butthole at that moment.
Well, sir, you've left me no other options. I now have to giz on you.
Just gonna fucking jerk off in your face. This really escalated fast, huh?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, dude. So I had to, like I said, I'm downsizing a lot of my shit. A lot of this came from when I was employed. I had a storage unit that I kept a lot of my extra stuff in, and I kind of just sort of not forgot about it, but it was just in the back of my head and never put much thought into it. But when the
Out of sight, out of mind.
yeah, and when the bottom fell out from underneath me, I was like, the first things I did was like I canceled cable. I cut down all the monthly bills that I didn't need, and I was like, well, I guess it's time to get rid of that storage unit. And there was so much dumb shit in there. And I did get one time at one of Dom's parties. So Dominic is a lifelong Mortal Kombat fan. I don't know if I've ever met anybody that loves Mortal Kombat and still loves Mortal Kombat as much as Dominic does. And one time he bought a new Mortal Kombat came out, and he got this arcade joystick that had a cushion underneath it. So you sit in a chair, you put this arcade stick on your lap, the cushion makes it super comfy, and all of a sudden you're playing Mortal Kombat with an arcade joystick. And it was like the sickest fucking thing I had ever seen. I was like, Dominic, you are a fucking warlord. I salute you. Like, this is fantastic. The next time they put out a Mortal Kombat game on like the 360, they put out another one of those controllers. So I got it, and it didn't have the same configuration. Like the block button was like mad far away or in like a really awkward spot. So it did kind of suck to use it, but it was still cool. But I barely ever used it, and I put it in the storage locker. And then when I got it out, I was just like, well, I can't throw this thing away. And it's for the 360, so who the fuck wants it? I could sell it on eBay, but shipping this thing would be a bitch. So I just held on to it. And I was like, there's no way Carl is going to have a smile on her face when we're moving our shit in, and in comes Captain Doofus with a fucking 3-foot Mortal Kombat controller in a box. So I Googled retro gaming stores in LA, like the Valley area. And I went to this place that had really good reviews, and it had so much cool shit. It was like, I feel like a lot of retro gaming stores are kind of grungy and dingy and run down, and this one looked very nice. It was very clean, very brightly lit, a lot of big, clean glass cases with everything arranged neatly, and they did have cool shit in there. And I was like, hey, man, I'm looking to maybe trade this in, see what I can get. And he was like, oh, yeah. He's like, best I could do is I could give you $50 store credit, but I can't give you any cash for it. And I was like, I came here to unload shit. They would kind of be self-defeating if I took the store credit and then went home with more shit. So I was like, you know what, dude? I appreciate it, but I'm gonna try something else. So I went back on Yelp, and I found this place called Game Dude, which I had actually been to years ago because it is kind of like a staple in the area. It's like a well-established place. And I hadn't been there in probably over a decade. So I saw they were like 20 minutes away, so I drove there with the controller. I gave it to the guy, and he's like, all right, we just have to test this and make sure it works, and then we'll call for you. So I walked around this place, and I was gizzing my pants. It was so fucking cool. They had everything from like Atari to brand new stuff on like current modern consoles, and then just everything in between. Like they had Nintendo games that were still in the wrapper, like still in the box. They had some of them like where I guess people saved the game, the box and the booklet and all that stuff, but still opened it and played it. But then they, I guess, sold it to this place and just put the box and stuff back together. And it was like a time warp, just seeing all that shit in person again. They had a huge section of like used DVDs and Blu-rays, and I was like taking pictures all over and sending them all to Dominic, and Dominic starts gizzing his pants, and it was just a big nerdy giz fest. Man, that place was fucking sick. I'm so bummed out that I went back there at a time where I'm like decluttifying. I'm on the way down. Like
You're exiting your hoarding prime.
yeah, like if single Kevin was there, oh,
Single Kevin.
oh,
You
single
would've
Kevin.
You would have fucked some games up, huh?
Yeah, it would have been a long time since I saw a vagina again. Because man, that place, like even just not buying anything, just walking around, I was like, man. And then they called me back up there, and they're like, "So we'll give you $60 cash for this." And I was like, "Fucking beautiful, yes, I will take it." But like, I mean, I would go back there to not buy anything and just look at all that stuff again.
Just hang.
Yeah, it was dope. But yeah, my birthday weekend was fairly mellow. They're doing this. There's this art hall, or what the fuck do you call it? Art?
We're dudes. We don't get birthday weekends.
Not really, but Carl, she pushes it.
That's
And there's
true.
this.
Dude, doesn't having a girlfriend make your own birthday more stressful?
Not particularly. I mean,
Does- it
nothing
always-
could
it-
stress me out more than just turning 42. I guess until next year when I turn 43, that'll be stressful. But
Yeah, but I would have like, I don't know, like when my ex would really want to like do something for my birthday, and I didn't. I just wanted to like hang out and watch the Yankees and like eat some food.
I mean, if I told
And
Carl that like all I want, if I didn't have 2 shows to do today and an actor rehearsal and all the other shit that I have to do, I would have just been like, all I want to do is smoke weed and play video games, and she would have been like, cool. I am totally down with not going out into public.
takes the pressure off of her.
Yeah. But Jeff, do you know who Jack Kirby is?
We've talked about him. He invented Spider-Man or Superman or both.
Neither.
Neither is the correct answer to that.
Or Batman.
Nope.
No.
I have no idea who Jack Kirby is. I really thought I thought I had it. I thought I had it. The Flash. He invented the Flash.
Okay. Let's. Okay. We're gonna make it. This is gonna be
Avengers.
fun. Okay. Stop for a second. We're gonna start by you picking just a comic book company first, and then we'll go from there. So take a guess. Of the big two, which one did he work for?
I'll go DC.
Okay, well, you had a 50-50 chance, and you were wrong. Marvel.
No,
okay?
I mean, he worked primarily in Marvel, but he did DC as well.
He did. You're right. He did do some DC, but
Dark Side
what
and the
he's
New
known-
Gods.
what he's
Who
known
could forget
for,
those?
what he's known for, is his work with Marvel. Okay, so now let's try and guess some Marvel heroes he could have had a hand in creating. He's not Spider-Man. Well,
Yeah, he's not.
X-Men.
Yeah, I think he created the X-Men, right?
Wait, he's got more than that?
Oh my God, yeah.
What an animal. X-Men is like the only, well, not in the comics, but like that's still like the only cool superhero shit that I'm somewhat into, even though I don't really have any plans to see Deadpool or Wolverine. Right?
Really?
Deadpool and Wolverine. Did that come out yet?
No, it's this weekend. I fucked up. I said last week on the show that it was this weekend, but this weekend was Twisters. This
I
coming
was so
weekend is.
confused. I wanted
I
to
know.
say something, but I thought that you just, since it was technically a week apart, that you could only get her to go to one movie in a full week.
No,
So
we
that's
did
why I
Twisters, and we're doing Deadpool and Wolverine on Saturday.
Okay, that's why I didn't bust your balls about it, because in a timeline it is 2 movies in 1 week. So
Well, this is just the deadest part of the sports season. It's fucking terrible. So my Tuesdays are wide open. I'm probably going to go see it. It's a movie every discount day, Tuesday. until the end of the summer.
I mean,
at
the first two
least, if
Deadpool
not
movies are
even
funny
further.
as fuck. I can't believe they don't really land with you at all.
The
I mean,
first one was good. I don't even remember the second one. I want to say I saw it, but I don't remember it.
second one was
And
Josh
Wolverine,
Brolin playing Cable.
I might not have seen that. I kind of like Cable.
Dude, it's
He's
sick. It's sick. You should check it out. It's good. I watched it with Carl recently. She even enjoyed it.
he's he's Cyclops and Havoc's uncle, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
who,
he,
wait. Who is
No.
Cyclops and Havoc's uncle? Stop.
no. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I
Who?
lost I lost to your cousin in this discussion at the party after your movie premiere, and I should have remembered this, but I clearly didn't. I my guess is Cable is Havoc and Cyclops' cousin, aka Scott Summers.
Cousin. Let's just focus on one
Cable-
person. Cyclops. Who is Cable to Cyclops?
His cousin, he just said.
It's
Because
his
he's
okay.
cousin.
okay. So Cable is Cyclops' son, and Havoc making Havoc Cable's uncle, which is the bet that you lost to Amanda. I've already talked you through this at least 4 times. I love that it has not stuck.
I know
So-
they're related.
Listen, you just need to be vague. Don't.
And are they all Jack Kirby's children or creations?
Not
No.
Cable.
Jack Kirby had nothing to do with the X-Men.
No, he did.
That was Jack Kirby created the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, but he also did
Yeah.
the OG X-Men, like Magneto, Professor X, Cable, Cyclops. I think he did all of them. Scarlet
I think I
Witch.
said a bunch of things, so I might have landed on Fantastic Four in like the next half an hour or 45 minutes, but we could have been here for a while, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
But like,
I thought he was
Silver
bigger than that. I
Surfer.
feel like Fantastic Four is like on the lower tier of superhero of like comics
Now they are, but they were not at the
back
time.
in the day.
yeah, back in the day they were pretty mega. And I mean, to this day, Doctor Doom is still like, an S tier Marvel villain.
But Captain America, Thor, Black Panther, those are all Jack Kirby. Also,
Yeah. He had some bangers. He created a lot of stuff with Stan Lee, but then like Stan Lee did stuff with Steve Ditko, who is they created Spider-Man together. Because they always there's always two creators. There's the writer and the artist. So
Which
yeah,
one is Jack Kirby, a writer or an artist? Or
Artist.
both?
artist.
So
Okay.
there's this gallery downtown that every Saturday it's like free admission, and for I think until like the first weekend in August, there's a Jack Kirby exhibit. So there's like original art that people did in tribute to him. There's art inspired by him, and then there's a room that has a whole bunch of his original stuff. So you know how I get like I have a tiny collection of original comic book pages. There's a whole wing of original Jack Kirby pages. So like there's some old Thor like covers from the 60s. It was fucking wild. I mean, seeing that shit in person and just the amount of money that like a Thor cover original from the 60s drawn by Jack Kirby is like a pants shitting amount of money. And then my homie Andy, who I think you guys met at the premiere, he's got a couple Kirbys that he got like very early on from a 2001 comic adaptation that he did the art for. So I got to see like he lent a couple of his pieces to the exhibit. So I got to see some of his shit. And then we went from there to a brewery. Got a couple beers in me, and then we walked across
What
the
brewery?
street. Angel City.
Oh, I know. Okay. This is downtown LA, right?
Yeah,
Do they have like games there? Don't they have like
yeah.
like
you can-
shuffleboard or something?
yeah. They got like table games you can get, like bring to your table. So like while you're just
Yeah.
sitting there drinking beer. I don't.
Skee ball? Was there skee ball there?
There might have been. We
Guys,
didn't explore the whole place, but what, Shuddy?
I need to. You see, Parker, Draven is away this week. So normally he feeds them while we record. Parker is losing his shit. You guys keep talking. I'll be able to hear you, but I need to go. It's fucking dinner time for the dogs, and
All right.
Parker is not interested in waiting for us to finish.
Jeff, let's talk
so
shit about Shuddy.
I'll be able to hear you. I won't
I know.
be able to respond though.
Exactly.
So that's
Jeff,
I'll be right back.
That makes it the best.
Jeff, what is
now
your
it all makes sense.
what's your least favorite thing physically about Shuddy Boy?
Probably his beard.
See, I'm going with his penis. It's terrible. It's a terrible penis. So
Yeah.
then, after the brewery,
I think
Had-
we've both seen it.
had a
Fuck
few
you
drinks.
both.
But
Angel City Brewery is actually bomb. I've only been there once, but it's fucking sick. Isn't it? Isn't like near Chinatown too?
it's right near Little Tokyo.
Oh, Tokyo,
It's like
okay.
a block or two from Little Tokyo. So we went there. I got a flight, and boy, was it fucking delicious. Every beer I got was wonderful. And, I mean,
Shandies, a
You know
flight
what?
of Shandies.
I'm grabbing a beer right now. Jeff, you're on your own. Make some
here we
silly
go.
noises.
I should go get my own beer. I should go get a beer as well. I actually got a new. There's a new Pizza Port 6-pack floating out there called Vibrant Views. Nice little 7.0 ABV. I was talking about getting a beer myself, Kevin.
Oh, yeah?
That's how I stalled for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one before.
Yeah, at Trader
Um,
Joe's. I need a. I'm having a fucking birthday beer. I never really drink.
I'm not going to leave you hanging, but when Shuddy comes back, I'm going to go get a beer. I'm going to have a birthday beer with you.
You
And
can leave me
maybe-
hanging. It's all right. Go get a beer.
Well, do you have things to say?
I always got things to say.
All right, buddy. I'll be right back. What a terrible podcast.
Yeah, so I'm drinking Brewery X, Heroes in a Full Pint, Tumble Time, West Coast IPA, 7% alcohol. Shuddy Boy, look at that. Bunch of little hops coming out of a sewer with the fucking Ninja Turtle masks on them.
So one of the perks to having to go feed the dogs means I was in the kitchen when you guys discussed getting a beer. I am not fancy enough to have fancy beers in the house. I don't even drink. However, there was a land shark in the fridge, so I will also join you in a birthday beer.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I kind of like Land Shark. It's not fancy,
Drake-
but it's good.
What do you have, a pizza
Draven
port?
loves it. Yeah, that's
but-
exactly what he has.
Oh,
I heard him say.
the value.
Vibrant Views, baby. I didn't even want to get beer. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight before I go to Saratoga in a few weeks.
Well, hey, cheers, you
But
you stinky hose.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. But anytime I see a new Pizza Port 6-pack, I gotta get it.
By the way, real quick, while we're just living in tangent land. So, being that it's hot as a fucking dragon's nutsack here in Studio City, I've been spending every weekend at Carl's. And on my drive home, I get a text from my sister wishing me a happy birthday, saying that her and Geoff, but cool Geoff, got me a birthday present, said it got delivered today. And I was like, all right, I'll check when I get home. And she got me a set of fucking ashtrays from Houseplant. It's Seth Rogen's like weed company, and they also make like smoking apparati. So like fancy lighters, fancy ashtrays, and I've always
Looks like-
fucking
like-
wanted these.
Looks like one of those things you put your soy sauce and wasabi in to dip
yeah. I forgot you call it.
dip the sushi in.
I forgot you call it soy sauce.
That's not the right way to say it. That's one of the tougher 3-letter words that are in the dictionary.
But how fucking dope is this? Nice stack of fucking porcelain ashtrays. They're nice
I thought
and
it was
stylish.
spoon
So
rests.
What's up, girl?
it's to like ash your doobie, and then it's got like this little sliver here where you can just like let it rest. But these are they're kind of sleek. They're kind of stylish, and I sent the picture to Carl, and she's pumped. So these will be like a nice little addition to the new apartment when we move in. All right, so now that we're the final act of Inception deep into different tangents. Where were we?
We're talking about Jack Kirby and I think how you were celebrating
Oh
your
yeah.
birthday weekend. So you went from the Jack
Hello.
Kirby exhibit to Angel City Brewery, and then
Got
that led to you getting beer and this whole thing going off the rails.
we went to this Japanese pasta place. It's like this chain. It's not necessarily a chain, but like same owners, and they opened up a bunch of them in Japan, and then they
What's it
opened one
called
here.
again?
Oh god damn it! I think it's called like Pasta e Pasta.
Yes. Is that your first time going? Because I
Yeah.
really wanted to go last time I was in downtown LA.
Yes.
Was it good?
Yeah. It's been on Carl's list, and it's like Japanese Italian fusion,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was fucking bomb.
Dude,
It was
I gotta
delicious.
check this place out. Yeah, I saw it doing research on. I was about to drive up there. I don't know, maybe last year, and I wanted to check it out. It's got a good Yelp score. And oh, damn, they got outdoor seating. Yeah, I gotta check this place out. What did you end up getting? Did you get like some sort of squid ink pasta?
Yeah, I got weird shit that you're gonna hate. I got uni pasta, so it was just like
How do you know I would hate that? Because I wouldn't even know. I don't even know what
It's-
that could taste like.
it's sea urchin.
What does a sea urchin look like, Jeff?
Shall I get my pen?
Yes, yes, let's do it. We have gotten a lot of positive feedback about this, so.
I mean-
A sea urchin.
I mean, you know what a sea urchin is, right?
I have no idea what a sea urchin is.
Yes. Oh fuck yeah! I knew this birthday was gonna be awesome. All right, so let's start with the general shape here.
I was gonna go like they kind of look like the seahorses, and when you go in the water and Mario.
The seahorses in Mario?
Isn't that a thing?
I mean, there's the octopus looking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
There's the squids.
There's the bloop fish. Oh yeah, the squids. The white squids. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it's a
Aren't they
squid.
orange? Or am I thinking of
The fish are
am I
orange.
thinking of the clownfish?
The fish are orange. This is the squid thing. I don't know if you can see it on my phone. It's called a blooper.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like that.
Kind of looks like that, yeah.
All right,
But
well-
orange.
And what are some of its other features that are like what makes it different than a blooper?
Doesn't have any eyes.
Okay. What's its head?
I don't know. I'm struggling. I am so, dude. I've sold all my stock on sea life. I have actually a little story to tell you guys about this. That's more my brother's story than me, but he's not here. But
Well,
I don't know.
what's a sea urchin's
I don't know
what's
how
a
to-
sea urchin's mouth look like? Beak, lips, fishy.
I would say, yeah. I mean, if you're giving me the choice, multiple choice, I'll go fishy.
All right, so it's got fish lips.
Yeah.
No eyes.
Not to be confused with duck lips.
Let's give it one eye, just for shits and gigs.
All right.
Be a cyclops.
All right. Is this the sea urchin that groped you?
That kind of looks like a sea urchin, yeah.
Okay. Would you like to see what a real sea urchin looks like?
Sure.
This is what a sea urchin looks like.
There, I got it.
It looks like if a pebble was punk rock.
Kind of looks like a butthole there.
So you see those ones
It's
that
like
are cut
it's like
open
a bush.
with that like orange meat inside? That's uni.
Oh.
That's the meat.
See, I knew what that looked like.
Yeah, but I don't think
I
you
was
would like.
saying orange, but it's like yellow.
Sea urchin is really, really rich, so people either love it or they hate it. And I fucking love sea urchin. I don't eat it a lot because it's always pricey, but this pasta wasn't that much more expensive than the other ones. So it was like...
It's your birthday.
Yeah, and it was my birthday, so it was noodles with an uni-based cream sauce and then like a couple pieces of raw uni just put on top of it, and it was fucking bomb. And Carl got
this place looks spectacular.
She got the bolognese, and the bolognese was bomb. It was a fucking good spot. And then we're going for more pasta tonight for my birthday dinner. But
you've been on a pasta kick lately, huh?
Yeah. It's just, you know what?
Where are you going for pasta tonight?
Felix. That's the place where
we
went
to get a reservation.
Yeah. We went there for like Carl's birthday for our anniversary. And that was when we got like the pasta was so good, we ordered another pasta dish and we're like, you know what, we're going to order the most basic one here. Because if that's delicious, then these people are legit pasta wizards. And it was just spaghetti and red sauce. It was just noodles and red sauce. And it changed my life. And I was like, holy fuck. All right, these people are legit.
It's called Felix?
Yeah. So what happened with... I'm guessing this is a Cheech story involving sea life?
No, it's
Bill.
It's Bill. Yeah. Bill's apartment is fucking cursed, I think.
Oh, no.
Or his living situation's cursed. So he got his bike stolen last week. Again, he lives in a nice neighborhood. He got his bike stolen when he was away in San Diego. Someone hopped the back fence, took the bike. And he lives like maybe 3 blocks from the sand, short walk. He went to the beach yesterday with Erica, his lady, got in waist deep worth of water, or waist deep in water, and got bit by a stingray. Like
what?
Within 5 minutes of being in the water.
A stingray?
A stingray.
Like the thing that killed the crocodile hunter?
I guess, yeah. Yeah. He got stung by a stingray. Like it started hurting immediately. He said it hurt like a bitch. And then he like got out of the water and he was like squirting or shooting blood out of his foot. Stung him on the foot.
God.
Got him on the foot.
He got like arterial spray out of his foot?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He
please tell me Erica filmed some of it.
No. Erica didn't film any of it. She went and got the lifeguard, and the lifeguard told him he has to like soak his feet in the hot, soapy water for like an hour or so, and like I think he said elevate it. Said he didn't need to go to the doctor, and this happened yesterday. I talked to him today, and he said he is feeling better. But yeah, dude, bit by a stingray, and then when they went home, they Googled, what the side effects or the dangers of being bit or stung by a stingray. And supposedly Long Beach has like the highest population of stingray on the West Coast.
Whoa.
Which I had no idea about, but just I have a general fear of the ocean that keeps me out of it regardless.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We were recently talking about this with her family when we went to the beach for the fireworks, and they're like, how often do you go to the beach or go in the ocean? I was like, I might have been in the Pacific Ocean like twice in my life. And I told the story how when we lived in Virginia for like a year and my father was in the Navy, lived right next to the beach, and I got stung by like 3 jellyfish. I got stung by a jellyfish 3 separate times in like a month. And I'm just I'm fucking scarred. Like I don't like the ocean. I won't really go in the ocean.
You got stung by jellyfish so rapid fire as Kevin got jaywalking tickets when he first moved to LA.
Yeah. I mean, I've also had
something.
I've had my run-ins with jellyfish as well, because they're pretty big in the East Coast oceans. And we used to go to La Valette like once a year when I was a kid. And back then, I was a little bit more into the beach, and I would, because it was fun going swimming in the ocean. It was fun playing in the sand. And then when I got older and those things weren't all that fun anymore, I fucking hated it. But I stepped on a fucking jellyfish one time that was beached, and it stung the bottom of my foot, and that sucked ass. And then I remember one time the ocean was like discolored because of the amount of baby jellyfish in the water. Like the water was so saturated with baby jellyfish that it looked different. And everybody was like, yeah, they can't sting you when they're little. It's fine. So I ran and I jumped in, and all these little motherfuckers started stinging me. I'm like, no, lies! It was all lies! And I ran out, and I was all fucking red and raised. My skin was raised. And I was like, nope, fuck that. Fuck it all. I mean, I basically don't like the ocean because we both have our different, I guess, vaginal reasons for not liking the beach. And
well, I think in
all
our
three
defense,
all three of us have our own vaginal reasons for not liking the beach and the ocean.
well, in our defense, or at least my defense, like getting stung by 3 jellyfish in one summer when you're 5 years old has like probably permanent damage, right?
like Shuddy and Geese.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not
I'm
not throwing shade at you.
What's your beef with beaches?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't like seaweed, and I don't like when fish touch me.
Don't you touch me, fish. You too, sea urchin with all your tentacles.
And I mean, the Jersey Shore is really, like, I mean, and I don't like the way saltwater makes you sticky anymore. Like, as a kid, I loved it, but as an adult, it's like...
I'm with you.
I'd rather be hanging out at the bar on the boardwalk than swimming in the ocean.
I'm with you. And my whole thing with the beach is also, being such a pathetic paste face that I burn so easily, and I've had so many bad sunburns throughout my life that when I do go to the beach, it's fucking nerve-wracking for me. Like the whole time, even slathered up with like 50 SPF, there's always this ever-present thought that like it's not working, or it wore off and I'm now currently getting burnt. I can't enjoy myself. It is so fucking stressful being on the beach.
Kevin has to dress like the Invisible Man to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Fucking wrapped like a mummy.
Yeah.
With a fucking fedora and overcoat on.
I actually would like that. If that was socially acceptable, I would go to the beach as a mummy and I would be able to enjoy myself because I know for a fact I'm not getting burned. But anytime I spend in the sun, it just freaks me out. Sorry, Geoff.
No, I was gonna say I like hanging out at the beach, like on the sand. When I was living with my ex in Hermosa Redondo, we'd go to the beach every weekend, and it's fucking dope. But I just don't have any interest in the water. Like I'm not going in the water. I'll play beach volleyball. I'll fucking kick it on the sand. I'll hang out for hours. I'm down. I like Shuddy. I'm down to go to the beach bar afterwards if that's an option. Just
yeah, I mean.
Fuck going in the water. Like,
I'm the same way.
No.
Like if I could go to a tropical beach, have a lawn chair, a big umbrella that keeps me shaded, and a tropical drink that's in a hollowed out coconut, that sounds absolutely fucking wonderful. But you take away any of those elements and it sounds miserable.
And replace it with having to go in the water.
Yeah, fuck that too. Fuck it all.
Yeah.
I'm a wuss.
Yeah, well, last time I went in the ocean water, I think, was that wedding I went to in Cancun. The water was fucking beautiful, and that was actually pretty sick. As much as I'm afraid of the ocean, that was pretty sweet. But nah, not a big ocean guy, and this just kind of further hammers that home. And yeah, me and my brother. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Shuddy.
I was gonna say, if the water, so growing up in Jersey, and Kevin can attest to this, and even living in Pennsylvania where the closest beach is the Jersey Shore, the water is not always clear for one reason or another, especially when we were growing up, and the joke was that hypodermics would wash up on all the beaches at the Jersey Shore. Like,
pretend like someone on this podcast, not me, but pretend like one of us didn't know what hypodermics meant. Explain that. Or pretend like the listeners don't know what that means. What? Explain it for those idiots.
Do you want me to draw one for you, Geoff?
What?
This isn't about me. This is about the listeners. Explain to
So-
them what hypodermics means.
So, Geoff, if I would have just said needle, what would you have thought of? If I didn't use the word hypodermic,
I would have thought needle.
like
What do you mean?
like a shot needle or like a needle and thread needle.
Shot needle.
Okay,
Syringe. Syringe.
that is what a hypodermic needle is, a syringe.
Okay, gotcha.
So you knew.
Well,
It ju-
I did. I knew. And again, the question wasn't for me. It was for the
that's
Pumanati,
true.
who
My
might not know.
apologies. My apologies.
save.
My apologies.
Looking at you, Ginger, and voice of God, you idiots. You're welcome. You're welcome for asking.
So once the water is clear and I can see, like if I look down what's around me, then most of my qualms, other than the not liking the clamminess of dried salt on my skin, go away.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like being sticky. I don't like the sand sticking to me and then having to wash off and then sand still sticks to you and then it gets in your fucking car. It's just not worth it. It's so boring. The beach, you just fucking sit there. And Carl
The
was like,
sandy
"Don't-"
grundle is a bummer.
Yeah, and beehole. Oh my God, that reminds me. Joy told me that there was this girl that she went to grade school with, and she was constantly getting called to the principal's office, and her name was Sandra, and her last name was legitimately Beehole, and she went by Sandy. And she was constantly getting paged over the school intercom, Sandy Beehole, please come to the principal's office.
This sounds too convenient.
I know.
for a story.
If it came from me, totally believable. But you know Joy. That is a Joy story. Joy is not an embellisher.
Allegedly, that's a Joy story. You could be using poor Joy
Oh,
as a
stop it.
scapegoat for your made-up bullshit.
I would never do that to my lovely sister.
Get her
Speaking
on
of-
the phone. We need
speaking
to
of
confirm
sisters-
this.
Send her the Zoom link.
Yeah,
So,
we need this.
My sister Charlie, her baby is due today. And I've been texting with her. And I'm like, go get Chipotle right now. Because it's like 6 o'clock on the East Coast. Time is running out. I'm like, go to Chipotle. Because I want to have the same birthday as your son. As my nephew.
That's going over my head. What does Chipotle have to do?
He wants her to eat spicy food so that way the baby pops out.
Yeah, so she goes into labor.
Is that how baby science works?
That's what they
Allegedly. It works for some people. Spicy food does
Shit.
is said to help. Yes.
Shit, okay.
So if I could, real quick, abuse the fact that it's my birthday and take like 3 minutes of podcast time for a selfish reason. I need to do a quick version of Tard That Tune / with Shazam. I need somebody in the audience to tell me what this song is. Because Carl can't help me, and she's thinking I made it up. We went and got like takeout sushi a couple weeks ago, and in the plaza they just had like pop music pumping into the parking lot for some reason. And then when we got back, I like brought it up. I'm like, by the way, what the fuck is that song? I've heard it so many times, and I never know who the artist is, and I don't know what it's called. And she was like, I don't remember what song it was. And I started like meowing it to her. And she was like, this is just nonsense. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
So you're gonna meow us a song, we're gonna try to guess it, or the Pumanati's gonna chime in?
There is zero chance either of you know what this is. But there's a
Why do you
slight
say
chance somebody in the Pumanati. Because Carl, like, pop music is her jam. And if she doesn't know it, I doubt you guys know it. But I mean, if you do, that would save a lot of time.
You're probably right, but I do know random things that like throws the listeners and you guys off.
You do.
Like, I don't know hypodermics, but I'll get a random trivia thing or something.
So maybe if it's Dua Lipa or Olivia Rodrigo, I might be able to help you.
It's not, because I
Don't sell Shuddy short.
enjoy both of
Because-
them. I think they're both awesome.
So I don't on Spotify now you can do it does playlist blends with friends like so it'll make a playlist combined of things that you listen to and they listen to and Mark Rooster and I have one and his contributions are usually Dua Lipa and Olivia Rodrigo songs.
I mean, I'd love to
So
clown on him, but I enjoy both of them, so I
so
don't have much of a leg
I've
to stand on.
I, I I've I'm very unhappy with how not upset by hearing them I get. Uh, I have enjoyed them as well. Okay, sorry, I derailed us. Go.
All right, hold on, hold on. Let me make sure I have the melody correct in my head, because it's only the
Tracy
hook.
Chapman.
It's only the hook that I remember. And for some reason, I feel like this woman singer is like Russian or some shit, but she probably isn't. But like, the melody of the hook goes something like, all right, hold on, let me fucking get in the zone here. Hold on. Okay. It goes like this. It goes, meow 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 meow. That's a big fat point 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 point. Big ba big boo. Meow 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 meow. Gabba gabba goo. Meow meow point bee.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more than that.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
That sounds like a game show theme song.
Hmm. Oh, sounds like someone knows the answer. Someone buzzed in.
Was that in Poop Slime or was that at Jeff's?
That was Jeff's.
Yeah, that's my place.
Meow 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 meow. I had that song stuck in my fucking head, and I just kept doing it, and it drove Carl insane. She's like, "Please stop meowing at me. I don't know what the fuck that is." But
You couldn't have remembered any of the lyrics.
well, it kind of sounds like she. Because I don't know it exactly, but it sounded like the hook, like the end part of the hooks is something like, "I don't ever want to be, I don't want to see, I don't want to feel so unpretty," but that's a TLC lyric, so she doesn't say unpretty. My brain just made that part up and like auto completed it. I don't ever want to be, I don't want to see, I don't want to go meow 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 meow. I don't know, man. I'm just throwing it out there. I know people haven't heard Tard That Tune in a while, and maybe one of our listeners is a pop music enthusiast, and based on my horrible meowing, might know what song that is the hook to. But I would, if anybody knows it, please, I don't know, like comment on YouTube, comment on Instagram, somehow get it to us, because I'll Shazam, I'll Apple Music that motherfucker and play it for Carl. And she has to know what that song is. I've heard it so many times. I've heard it played in the fucking supermarket. I've heard it on the radio. I just don't know what the hell it is. All right, selfish birthday use of Showtime is over. I did go see Twisters.
Oh wow! Spoiler alert: does the tornado die?
Well, at one point, the tornadoes do cease to exist. So,
Oh, okay.
but I do remember we've
A
been talking about this for a minute. This is like the true test of Glenn Powell's star power.
He's having a moment, dude, and I think he's legit. I think he's going to be a movie superstar or a movie star over the next like 5 to 10 years, maybe even longer. He recently did an interview with Rich Eisen, who's a sports guy, whatever. But they were talking about like him accepting the role for Top Gun Maverick. And initially, I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm assuming not because it's a sports guy. But initially, he auditioned for the Rooster role and didn't get it, and ended up going to the who's the other guy? Who's the other guy who plays Rooster?
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, yeah. Ended up going to Miles Teller, and they wanted Glenn Powell to be in the movie regardless, and he was like not really into it because he didn't get the Rooster role and was all bummed out. So Tom Cruise and the director ended up meeting him, like trying to talk him into the movie, and they were asking him like, "Hey man," Tom Cruise asked him like, "What kind of career do you want to have?" And like Glenn Powell was like, I want to be you, right? Like you're the kind of career I want to have. He's like, all right, well, like what do you think I did to get my career? He's like, you picked great roles. And Tom Cruise said, no, I picked great movies and I made the roles great. And then
Man,
Glenn
what a fucking
Powell's,
G.
yeah, yeah. And Glenn Powell's like, I thought about it and he's right. I'd rather be a great player on a championship team than a superstar player on a shitty team.
Fuck yeah.
And it's just like, Tom Cruise is the fucking man. And Glenn Powell's going to be the man. I'm going to see Twister tomorrow after hitting up some tacos at the taco stand. So I'm fucking pumped for it. Is it? I get popcorn during a movie maybe once or twice a year. Is it a popcorn flick?
I'd say so. It's a fucking disaster movie.
I mean, did you like it? Did it kick ass?
I did like it.
Okay.
I
How
mean,
did Carl feel?
Carl liked it too. I mean, we're both big fans of disaster movies. I mean, they're just mass destruction is just like inherently cool to human beings. And when it's like fictionalized and done realistically, and it's like, all right, no one really got hurt, so I can just wholeheartedly enjoy this fucking chaos and destruction. And it's
Did,
like,
did you see the first one?
I did. I haven't seen it in a while, but the general consensus seems to be that the CG does not hold up well in the slightest.
I could see that. But Philip Seymour Hoffman, that was like one of the first movies that I saw him in behind, like, besides like maybe Son of a Woman, which he didn't have that big a role in. And we were talking about that the other night. Me and my brothers. Like, Philip Seymour Hoffman is like the one Hollywood death, or like the biggest one that like bums me out.
I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman had one of the craziest ranges of any actor that ever lived. Like,
I think
look at his
him in Along Came Polly is like
right.
just a tour de force.
Seriously,
Holy shit.
he's Along Came Polly, and then he's really good at being the dramatic bad guy, like he was in the Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I mean, he was like an excellent, like, really formidable villain. Where you're like, Jesus Christ, Tom Cruise going up, good fucking luck, man. This guy's a gnarly villain. And Along Came Polly is one of the best comedic roles in history. Like, I rewatched that somewhat recently, and Philip Seymour Hoffman puts so much more effort into that role than it deserved. But it's like,
Kills it. He
like,
just kills it.
absolutely fucking killed it. And then look at his role in Boogie Nights. And then the character he plays in Big Lebowski. Like, he literally creates a new human being for every role he played.
Have you ever seen Before the Devil Knows You're Dead?
No.
Came out in 2007. It's with him and Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, we scrolled by that this
And-
weekend and almost put it on.
It's fucking awesome. It's dark. Like it's like another role that's just further proves your point of where he just like he is a fucking genius. Like that guy his range is absurd.
Yeah.
But definitely watch that one. It's with him, Ethan Hawke, Marissa Tomei, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
It's dark. It really is. It's dark, but it's one of the. I guess Sidney Lumet directed it. I don't feel like it's like one of his final movies that he did, but fucking rules. Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, I highly recommend. Not completely opposite of Along Came Polly, so don't go into that. Don't go into it with that mindset. Complete opposite.
Yeah. Very lame fart jokes in that one.
Spoiler: you're probably not going to like Philip Seymour Hoffman's character as much as you did in Along Came Polly Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. But it's awesome.
But Twisters was solid. Like it had a really good, strong opening scene. The narrative connecting while you're waiting for the next tornado and destruction scene to hit. Like, the narrative and the story is engaging enough to keep you locked in while the next tornado strikes and fucks a whole bunch of shit up. I mean, Glenn Powell, I'm now pushed onto the other side of the fence. Glenn Powell fucking rules.
Yeah.
He's a movie star. He will get me to buy tickets. despite the fact that
Nice.
he looks like every guy that beat me up in high school.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought Twisters was sick. It had like I said, the destruction was really good. Glenn Powell's awesome in it. I guess one of my complaints would be that it could have used a higher body count. But, you know,
Did the first Twisters have a high body count? First Twister movie have a real high body count?
I don't remember.
I don't think it did.
No.
I think it was more implied than anything.
They also did a thing where they went like into the town after tornadoes came through, and they showed like, you know, the devastation and the effect that it has on the survivors and stuff, and that was pretty heavy hitting, and it was exciting. It was, you know, it had its tense, stressful moments. It was fucking good. I was flip flopping back and forth between a 3.75 and a 4-dicker, sucking 4 tornado dicks, and I rounded up to 4. Glenn Powell dicks. I rounded up to 4 Glenn Powell dicks because the second AD on John Cooper, Leah Newberg, she was like the key set PA for this. And the only reason we got her is because the strikes shut Twister down in the middle of shooting it. So, being that a homie was involved in it, I bumped it up to a 4-dicker. Carl enjoyed it. It's doing well with the audience scores. Yeah, I think it fucking cleaned up at the box office, too. Big money this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude. It fucking looks sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth seeing on a big screen. I saw that Mark Rooster and Mikey B went to a 4D theater to see it, which I've never really had that experience before. I would have loved that, but Carl does not enjoy that gimmick.
I tried to convince Draven that we should go see it in 4D, but he doesn't want to see it at all.
What?
Go see it yourself in 4D.
Well, if I'm going to go by myself, I'll probably just go to the regular movie theater to see it.
Oh, you pussy.
Well, because I have AMC stubs, so I won't have to pay to see it. Whereas the 4D theater, I'll have to pay $30 fucking dollars to see it. So I'm not going to go by myself to spend that kind of money. But yeah, that would be a fun one to see in a 4D theater.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, Twisters, thumbs up. Definitely worth seeing in the theater. It was fucking cool. I'm now an official Glenn Powell fan, which I knew was inevitable.
Yeah. I saw Long Legs last Tuesday, and
how did that go?
Wasn't a big fan. Yeah, I think the actress kind of sucked. The lead actress, even though she was a
awesome.
minx. Nah, I thought like really, I was just not impressed with the movie at all. To be honest,
did you like any of it?
No, not really. No.
You didn't like the crime aspect of it, the serial killer stuff, you know, with all those documentaries you watch?
I feel like it was too much. It was too like paranormal almost. Like it wasn't
too
like
much supernatural shit.
Yeah. Wasn't rooted in enough like reality, and I just thought the twist at the end was pretty fucking lame. And I will say, Nick Cage though, that guy, he's killing it. Huh? I mean, I was like looking for him for like the first like hour. I was like, what the fuck? Where is Nick Cage? It's like, oh wait, he's Long Legs.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. So that was an impressive performance, but outside of that, this movie didn't really do it for me. And Cheech didn't really like it either, which I thought was kind of surprising because figured like him and Bill just love horror movies, and neither one of them were that into it. But,
I mean, Bill gave it a good score.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. He did give it a 4. Cheech Cheech wasn't as into it as Bill was, but I'm gonna give it a 1.5. It felt like I think it only lasted 100 minutes, but it felt like 8 hours. Like it was just fucking forever.
Oh,
I
damn.
was so ready for the movie to be over.
All right. Fair enough.
I wish I had more analysis. I'm gonna have to start taking like detailed notes after the movies, after I leave the movie, since I have to wait 6 days to review it, since I'm usually only going to the movies on Tuesdays. But I have
Yeah.
like more reasons for not liking it and more analysis that is just I've smoked out of my brain since.
Well, yeah, I knew that one was going to be like 50-50, but I was sort of leaning towards Geoff is not going to enjoy this.
I feel like Bill told him he wouldn't enjoy it. You warned him he wouldn't enjoy it, and he still.
Dude, I had nothing to do last Tuesday, so I was like, fuck it. Let me go. I mean, I'm down bad, guys. I'm down bad with no sports. This is rough. I need football to come back. And granted, football isn't on Tuesdays, but at least that's like one of my big research and like study days for football. So I can just focus on that. I have nothing to do currently. It sucks.
I mean, have you found anything to bet on? Any like deep cuts?
I bet on Olympic qualifying basketball today, but my pussy ass bookie put $100 max on my bet, so I can only bet $100 on it. It was fucking lame. I'm gonna bet NBA Summer League tonight. Baseball is so gay. The golf, like me betting golf this year, is pretty much like lighting money on fire. I'm like Clark Griswold in Vegas Vacation currently. It's fucking brutal.
You need to go to the wuss bets.
Dude. Yeah, I need to start playing War or something. I don't even know. Every fucking guy I bet just can't putt the week I bet him. Yeah, it's brutal. So I really need football to come back. But at least it gives me the opportunity to go see movies on Tuesday, guilt free.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, going to Twisters tomorrow too.
Nice. Yeah, Carl. Well, I shouldn't lump her into this. I got us tickets. I don't know, probably last month for Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'm stoked for that on Saturday. And I'm still wondering if that whole thing is true. If AMC's limited popcorn bucket for Deadpool and Wolverine is really a Wolverine fleshlight. Or if that's just like an internet trick that I fell for. But I think it might be real.
You said unlimited popcorn? Or refill popcorn?
No, you know how they do those limited edition buckets? Like when Wonka came out, it was like a Willy Wonka top hat that they put popcorn in. And
for Alien Romulus, I think they have like an alien head.
Yeah, I think that's for Cinemark. But apparently the one for Deadpool and Wolverine at AMC is a Wolverine fleshlight.
You would love to eat popcorn out of that, huh?
If that's true, I got to get my hands on one. I'm sorry, Carl. One more piece of clutter is getting added to the move. I need a Wolverine fleshlight to put my popcorn in. Shuddy.
Yes.
So we've gone a little long. I do have to kind of keep the shows short this week because we have to do a Patreon show. I have to edit them and upload them, and I still have to get back to Culver City for our dinner reservations. Is your Letterbox D game evergreen? Is it safe to do next week?
Yeah, I'll just have to write it down. It's nothing relevant. While I was waiting for you guys, I just whipped one together. It's not a time-sensitive theme.
Okay, cool. All right. So we'll have that on the docket for next week. But if that wasn't enough for you, if you need more MSPH in your life, get your friend here a nice little birthday present by signing up at patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Yes, Shuddy.
I don't know if you guys have gotten any or seen it anywhere, but there have been a few answers to your RBQ.
Oh, yeah, I was going to hit those up on Patreon.
Okay, all right. Then
Yeah.
we'll save that for Patreon.
Yeah. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Because
Sign up,
that
baby.
was a behind the paywall question, wasn't it? My bad.
Was. So check it out. Tons and tons and tons of content up there. Even with the move happening, we're still cranking everything out. We still got What the Fuck Did I Just Watch? This is going up on the $10 tier. Snack Attacks. Kevin's Nerd Hole. $5 tier still has the new season of Crafter Jeff Shuddy Edition going week by week. And when they take time off, we slip in a little supermarket queef for you guys to hold you over so you get your fix. So, check it out. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. If you would like to see this podcast instead of just watching it, you can go to youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You can get a glimpse into the mind of Geoff Clark and see what he thinks a sea urchin looks like. And what else? You can follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeff Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And at John Cooper Movie, if you wouldn't mind. So with this whole sports drought that you're in, Jeff, are you finding things for Outkick Bets with Geoff Clark? Or just taking time off?
Yeah, just taking time off. I'll probably do a podcast in 2 weeks, start previewing the NFL. I didn't even do one for the Open Championship. Thank God, because all I would have given out was fucking losers. I got ass fucking Scotland from a golf betting standpoint. So that was super gay.
Who hasn't been ass fucked in Scotland?
Right. But no, I'll be doing a new Outkick Bets podcast in the beginning of August, previewing the NFL season. Not sure which division I'll start with, but be on the lookout for that. Hopefully you guys are subscribed, so it'll hit your podcast feed right when it comes out. But I'll promote it again on MSPH next few weeks.
There you have it, friends. And thank you all for listening. Thank you for supporting MSPH. And until next time, something.